Alright, let's see. I wanted to talk to people about depression. I've been trying to make people understand what depression does. I was depressed my entire life. That's the way Trump's supporters generally are. They've been depressed for as long as they can remember, since they were little kids, probably. It's the way you're raised. Um, Depression makes you illogical. This is why Donald Trump is the way he is. Yes, he is still a narcissist and everything else, but the depression highlights that really bad. It it like puts a magnifying glass on it. And when you're depressed, like I said, you're illogical. You think good is bad and bad is good. That's why people don't understand what's going on. Why Trump supporters can be the way they are, especially with racism. Think of racism, every race, as being like a country. Um, think of it as your own, basically. Think of it as your house. When somebody's depressed, they lock themselves away from the real world. They don't want they don't want to go out and see the real world. They're unhappy. Things make them sad, and they feel most comfortable in their home, where they're safe, where they believe they're safe. And that basic same principle, excuse me, applies to race. People want to be around people just like them. They don't even want to be around people, but if they're going to be around people, they want to be around people that are just like them. See, color is still something that affects people on a primal level. It's ignorance, it's not understanding why people are that way, why they're a different color than them. It's just nature. It's natural. It's human instinct to fear something different. And like I said, when you're depressed, you sink back in to like your home, to your bedroom. And that goes for race. You want to surround yourself with people just like you. These people don't realize that they're bad. They think what they do is good. And they look at everyone else and they're like, oh, how can you say that? But think that. But they don't realize that they're just illogical and that they see the world backwards. And that what they understand is not really what's going on in the world. And that's why we have both sides ready to kill each other. We've got a civil war brewing because people don't understand what's going on. And I'm telling you that depression is what is going on. Depression makes people illogical. So one side is logical, they understand the issues. The other side is illogical. The issues to them are completely opposite of what the other ones are. They're they're looking at it completely differently. They do not have the same train of thought as you do. So when you think that these must be evil people, it's no, they're just scared people. They're depressed people. The way their brain works makes them fear something exactly like, I think it was a New York Times article about white the decline of white people. That's absolutely true. White people, when I was depressed, I thought uh, a race war was brewing. And it still probably is, but it was much more prevalent when I was depressed. I thought it was much more imminent, that it was almost about to happen. And that's why you see people going out and acting the way they do, because they believe it's about to happen. And it's going to happen if people don't start to realize that it's depression that is causing this. That people are just illogical and they don't understand what's going on. So we have to find a way to get people happy. It's it's not necessarily economics. Money won't make you happy. It's what you do in your life that will make you happy. Exercising, eating right, turning the television off, things that add to your depression you need to get rid of. Television, all it does is show you a bunch of things that you'll want. And you don't need those because that stuff will not make you happy. The only thing that will make you happy is taking care of yourself. That's it. So, we need to have a serious discussion. And I need to show people what's going on. I think if I could get two people from opposite sides, I would be able to show the world what I'm talking about is true. Because there's certain things you can ask. A doctor would be best because they would know how to make something logical as opposed to illogical. Because like I've also said, Russia knows this about depression. World War III is going on right now. It's the fight for people's minds. And they know about depression and Pizzagate and spirit cooking. If you search those two hashtags on Twitter, you'll understand. They're illogical stories. But these people are die-hard believers in it. They would do anything to prove that these things are right. But they're not. They're just illogical stories that make depressed people believe they're real. And we need to make these people realize this. It's about depression. Like I said, Russia knows about this. America might even know about that. Our government. I would hope our government knows about this. Because if they don't, we're in serious trouble. You can see already what's going on in our country, that we're in serious trouble. The reason why we're in trouble, though, is because one side doesn't understand that the other side just doesn't understand. They're not necessarily racist and everything else. They're just scared that there is going to be a race war. They think illogically. They live in a completely different world than you do. They see the world completely different than you. They go outside and they see everything that affects them negatively. And they're scared of everything. So they're ready to pounce. So we cannot be starting wars and shit like that. People need to understand one another. And they need to realize what I'm saying is absolutely true. If we could get both sides together, we can come up with logical and illogical questions and show the world what I'm saying is true. Alright? I hope to God somebody out there understands what I'm saying about depression and looks into it seriously as what it does to the human brain. You will understand Donald Trump and his supporters. They are just illogical. They think they are right because their brains make them believe they are right. Even when they do wrong, they don't realize they're doing wrong. They think they're doing right. And this is why we have a very serious issue on our hands. Because both sides don't understand each other. And Russia knows this, and they're pushing it, and they're going to push America into a civil war. Alright, you have a great one.